Café Gabe's oven-roasted spatchcocked chicken. Time to practice our Thanksgiving fare with some flightier fowl. This spatchcocked oven-roasted chicken is one of those kinds of dishes that just screams to your guests, this person put some effort in. And yeah, sure, but it looks about 100 times more than it really was. Now, spatchcocking a chicken is it's a messy technique, but it's just totally worth the effort. This is how you ensure that the entire bird is 1, fully cooked, which is probably the most important part. 2, evenly cooked. Everything is juicy, everything is nice. The breasts, the wings, the drums, the thighs, everything is ready to eat. A nice crispy skin on top. Some good veggies here with us that are going to just soak in some of that nice juice rendering off of the chicken and absorb some of that flavor. By spatchcocking this way, making it flat, it's also going to cook a lot faster. So as far as time commitments go, I've done this with turkeys and I have saved hours of time cooking them birds. So, if you are ready to sit and chat with Chef Gabe and give this chicken a chance, this is the recipe for you. Let's give it a shot. Hey, well, this oven's kind of cute. It's got a button just for me. We want this oven at our typical 425. Okay, I have our whole chicken here. I've patted it dry on both sides to get some of that excess moisture off. Gotta help us get that skin a little extra crispy. But the name of the game today is le spatchcock. Spatchcocking is something I did the first time a couple of years ago, actually, and that sounds nothing like what it is, but all it is we're going to literally, with some nice strong kitchen shears, cut the backbone off of this chicken, hold it out like Sub-Zero, flip this bad boy over, pop it down, and we're going to have a nice, even, leveled chicken, every piece getting relatively even heat. This way, not only does it drastically cut down on cooking time, everything getting equal heat in that way, but because everything's also a little more level, you don't have an underside getting undercooked and an overside drying out, it's going to let us have a more even juiciness. So, let's go ahead, get started. I'm going to come around here. You can already see where the backbone is, cutting through the ribs straight down to the tail. So, here we go. I will say this is about 10 times harder with a turkey. Oh my God, I broke a pair of shears trying to cut through a turkey and give it le spatchcock. So, first side, down. This bird died for flavor, and we will honor it with a fine dish. It might be tough, don't get me wrong. No one said this was easy, but I don't cook whole chickens that often. But I mean, if I ever do, and again, this is a chicken, I'm sure it'd be the same with a duck. I know for a fact it's the same with a turkey, with a goose, with a fowl. What else is there? A pigeon, maybe, a quail. Same idea. Spatchcocking is just a wonderful way to really, again, lower that cooking time and also ensuring a much more even heat. So, accept your fate. Finish him. Chef Gabe wins. Beautiful. If you like making chicken stock, this would be perfect for that. I don't normally do that, but if you want to save things like this for a good chicken stock, totally understandable, totally a good idea. What I want to do now, that I have this bird open, I'm going to hold it up for everybody. We're going to take a sharp knife and give that a little score down the middle of the breastbone. That will help us to break it in 2 seconds. So let me get my knife down the middle, just give it a nice little slice to give us that sort of cheater's advantage here. And get ready for the most satisfying pop you may have ever heard in your entire life. Are you all ready for that satisfaction? Don't you die on me, bird. Oh, I hope my mic picked that up because, oh man, that felt great. Oh, yes. And now look what we have here. A beautiful bird, flat, plano, perfectly ready for a wonderful cooking. We've got this bad boy perfectly flat, wonderful. What I'm actually going to do really fast is flip it over. And with a little bit of salt and pepper, actually garlic salt and pepper, a little sprinkle on the inside. Just to, we're not going to really eat much of this part of the bird, but let's not skip anything. It's going to be this side down anyway. Just to flavor our juices as they come out. That will help flavor our veggies as they soak and roast. Flip it back over. Yes. Beautiful. Have our chicken ready. I have our garlic herb butter ready. I've topped it off with some olive oil. Hands are getting dirty today. There's no way of getting around it. Take off any jewelry you got. We're going to get into this chicken, into this butter, and get something flavorful out of it for sure. So what we want to do is get about at least half of this mixture actually under the skin of our chicken without ripping the skin off and then trying to throw it back on very delicately. So there are some natural spots where the skin will be slightly open. Great example right here. We can kind of separate it a little bit. We just don't want to rip it all the way off. See how good my fingers can get in there. I have almost a complete access to the inside of this boyd. Maybe a little more on this side so I can get better to the breast. Move that wing out of the way so y'all see what I'm talking about. You see there's little bits of tissue, little connective tissue. We're going to just break those. And they're in our way. They're in the way of the flavor train. Okay, I like how much I can reach on this side of the bird. I think I have pretty much total coverage of what I would need, so I'm going to go with my hand, mix in that olive oil a little better, get a good glob, and get it in there. Yes! Again, we're going to want to try to put at least half of that herb garlic butter into the bird. So, don't be afraid using too much. Trust me, it's fine. You can always make more if you need to, but we're going to put a little thin veneer on the top of this when we're done, but otherwise, it needs to be in that bird. I know it's a raw chicken, but the idea of the flavors we're about to experience when this is done has got me beyond ready to eat, nice and hungry. I'm not going to be able to get inside this wing. That's okay. Same with this drumstick. I mean, maybe we could float around here, but I'm not worried about it. I have a bit of access right there to the top of the bird, top of the bone, top of the drum. Yes, 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 yes. Rinse and repeat on the other side. I have a wonderful opening right here. I cannot touch my camera with these hands, so I hope you all can see. Getting in there, same deal. Tearing up that connective tissue carefully. We don't want to pierce through the skin to the surface. We want to stay under that skin, under that dermis. Would that be subdermal? Something like that. I'm not a doctor. I'm a culinary amateur, honestly. Okay, here we go. I have good coverage again. I can reach the top of the breast. I can reach the top of the drum, onto the thigh. Good to go. A bit more of that honey butter. Pff, I've got peanut butter scrolls in my mind. Bit of that garlic herb butter. Boom. Get it in there. I love crispy chicken skin. That's not everybody's game. I understand. It's a little fatty. It's a little texture-wise, it can be hard for some people, but I mean, you're kidding me. I swear to gosh, it's like my favorite part. So now with the rest of what we have here, just over top, I'm going to just pour it all out on top of the bird and spread it from there. Yes. Oh boy. Oh boy. It looks like a lot. When it's done, they're going to think, man, you are a culinary master. No, no, no. I follow some schmuck on YouTube, and he taught me a finger tube. So here we go. So bird is ready. Now all we got to do is place our veggies. Good to go. I do have a large sweet potato, a couple large carrots, and a whole onion cut. We want to cram it, so we're going to just see what fits where. We want a good mix, though. Don't get me wrong. Let's just start placing things where we think they'll be good. Kind of mixing it up a bit. Onion here. Sweet potato there. A bit of carrot here. Now, of course, we don't want to cover any part of the bird. It needs to be exposed to the heat. But we're just going to kind of get some stuff in there nice and tight. Maybe a little bit here or there. Almost like a little flavoring. Throw some onion in that little crevice. Get it going. Last thing you want to do is very gently, a bit of olive oil on top of everything. a very thin drizzle, I say as I glug it down. Not too crazy. That's also going to end up melting down and let those veggies swim in them juices. As well as a good helping of salt and pepper. I'm about to push this tab in. Son of a gun. Get our pepper going as well. Why am I still wearing white? Why did I think that was a good idea? This has been a risky game I've played. I too like to live dangerously. Okay, bird's ready to go. I've got the middle oven rack set. Oven is preheated. Let's go ahead and throw her in. Yes. Cook, my friend. Just heard that timer go off. Those 45 minutes have passed. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. I'm going to let this sit here for about 10 minutes to cool and kind of finish cooking through, and then we will give it a shot. This is a fun little quirk. So normally I would taste test and then do my outro, but because I kind of needed the chicken in its entirety for the outro, I'm doing the taste test after videotaping the outro. So I'm going to cut this baby in half right down the middle. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that white meat. Oh gosh. Now I will say I'm really more of a dark meat person, so I'm going to test me a drum. Get that bad boy out of here. I sure as hell I'm in frame. 165, we're in the clear in that regard. Let's just give it a taste. Oh my God. You know, it's funny. As much protein as I eat normally in my regular life, I don't think I've not done that many videos of this sort of like heft of protein, but this is just, Flavor Town, USA, population, me. Guys, same deal. I mean, this chicken with some good veggies, like the ones we actually had, we baked it with, I just had those aside. Some good veggies, mashed potatoes, mashed cauliflower, anything that'll absorb some of that juice. If you serve it on a bed of that substance, serve the chicken on a bed of mashed potatoes, mashed cauliflower, broccoli, spinach, collard greens, on and on. Depending on how you spice this, you know, do some bok choy, do some basmati rice. You know, you have infinite options here. The real crux of all of this is the technique, the spatchcocking, okay? That is going to be how you make this fantastic juicy bird in less than an hour, right? I mean, how you spice it from there is totally on you, but I mean, I had dinner plans tonight, so I can't eat this whole thing, but I might have eaten a whole lot today. Who knows? We're going to see. Guys, a winner. A winner. All right, guys. That's it. Oven roasted spatchcocked chicken a la Café Gabe. Real talk. Math. How long did this take in its entirety? Hour 15? Huh? 15 minutes to prep. We just had to Mortal Kombat that chicken. Rub it in all that butter, all that good herb and spice. Throw those veggies on top. Throw that in the oven for 45 minutes. Let it rest for 10 more. Be sure we get that 165 temperature. And this is the result of such a labor. And isn't this just gorgeous? You can see how crisp this skin is, how nice and juicy these breasts are. This is the beauty of spatchcocking, right? And even cooking all the way through the entire bird in a fraction of the time. This is a perfect date night recipe. You want to impress somebody? Spatchcock them a chicken. They're going to love it, I promise you. Guys, as always, thank you so much for coming to Café Gabe. If you haven't already, hey, subscribe to the channel. I've got recipes just like this coming out every so often. If you tried the recipe and liked it, like the video. And if you have any ideas for me, questions, concerns, comments, Did you try something different? A different spice blend? A different sort of maybe fat instead of butter? Did you use a kind of oil? Coconut oil? I don't know why you make a vegan rub for chicken, but hell, hey, you're the master. You're the chef of your kitchen. Do whatever you want. And let me know. I would love to hear it. Guys, thank you so much again for coming to Café Gabe. Be well. Stay safe. Adios. Okay, it's just me. And this chicken is just it. So I guess it's all mine. Adios.